All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom to the elect, those that are fighting to and are calling on the true names of the Father in the name of the only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom. All right? And today I want to go into remembering yourselves. All right? I want to go into remembering yourselves because, amongst the dispersed, when we were scattered, we lost who we were. We lost our identity. And in doing so, we would have to remember who we are in these last days. Okay? Let's go to Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10. It reads, "Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea." And you can't number the children, you can't number the sand of the sea. So in these last days, we were going to be scattered throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Why? Because that's pursuant to the curses in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter. All right? And in doing so, we were going to multiply and become as the number of the sand of the sea, which cannot be numbered. Therefore, going to show you that, these so-called 1948ers who have a number on how many people of them was, allegedly taken in the HCAS, that goes to show you that they're not the people. All right? It says what? It says, yet. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea. And have you ever been to the beach and tried to count all the sand in the sea? There's no way you can count every last piece of sand at the sea. That's how many children of Israel it should be in these last days. So it says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. So that puts that cuts that whole HCAS that happened to those people in our land over there, saying that they're the children of the Bible. When they put a number saying that 6 million of them were allegedly so-called taken in that HCAS. Okay, showing you that what they can't be the children of this book, because it says you would not be able to measure nor number. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass. Where is that it at? We're going to find out. That in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people. And where were we taking and giving these names? Primarily here in America, but throughout the whole Western Hemisphere, okay? You have our brothers down there in the islands, such as, Jamaica, Puerto Rico, Cuba, so on and so forth. But you have the majority here in America, okay? Which was what? You so-called blacks, primarily from the house of Judah, the tribe of Judah, okay? So it was said here that we were what? African Americans, niggers, so on and so forth, all right? Not to disclude that our other brothers weren't called other bywords and proverbs, because they were. They were called spics, wetbacks, Spanish, so on and so forth. But where is it saying that we are now being called the children of Israel here in America? Let's finish reading that. Verse 10, Hosea 1 and 10, from the top. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass. Where is that pass? Where should it come to pass here in America? That in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. And this is where we waking it up to our true identity, our true heritage, our true culture in these last days, okay? This is where the bulk of the salvation is going to be delivered out of America, Babylon the Great. So you have to remember yourself, okay? Because if you don't know who you are, you're not going to be able to know what's to come, what's to be expected of, okay? You're just going to continuously to walk around here as a so-called African American, as a so-called Spanish person, as a so-called, you know, whatever perspective tribe that you're from, you know, you're going to continue to walk around as that all the way up until the day that the missiles come. So it's essential and it's imperative to your salvation that you remember who you are. All right. That's why the Most High has put up his servants in the last days to go out and prophesy and preach so that you can remember who you are. All right. And it's only going to be a very few that actually take heed and actually return and actually take on their heritage and culture. And to those, you know, are known to as the elect, okay? Because not all of Israel, even though they know that Israel is going to be delivered, all right? It's only going to be a small remnant. So let's read this one more time. Hosea 1 and 10. It says, yet the number of the children of Israel, okay? That's you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, shall be as the sand of the sea. And we know if you go to the beach and you try to count the sand of the sea, you know, you'll be there forever trying to count that. That's how many of us will be here in the last days. That's why in St. Matthew, the 22nd chapter, it says what? For many are called, but few are chosen. You see, all of Israel is called to this truth, but only few are actually going to hearken and listen and do what it requires of them to do. So it says, which cannot be measured nor numbered, okay? And that's a cut on those, like I said, those pretend, you know, 1948ers over there in our land, okay? Because pursuant to prophecy, they're only over there to be exterminated at a later time, which is World War III, okay? They're only over there so that they could be, you know, handed their judgment along with the rest of these heathen nations, okay? So it says, and it shall come to pass that what? That in the place where it was said unto them, because why? We have forgot who we were. Okay, like I said earlier, we took on all these other names, these bywords and proverbs, and we became, you know, Gentiles. Okay. It says what? Ye are not my people. And that's what we, you know, for the longest, you know, we were labeled, you know, here in America as what? Hamites, okay? We go into the Bible and our pastors, our preachers would tell us that what? We are Africans, you know, so on and so forth, not knowing, or they probably knew, but took the bag and had to go along with the narrative, you know, in order to keep their churches, you know, operational. They had to, you know, tell us a lie, okay? So it says what? That we are, you know, Africans, you know, to our Northern Kingdom brothers, that they were, you know, Spanish, Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, so on and so forth. But in these last days, you know, the Holy Spirit has, you know, awakening the elect, and now we're going out and gathering the elect, you know. So it says what? Ye are not my people. There it shall be said unto them, ye are the sons of the living power. Right. And that's what you're seeing right now, okay? You're seeing the sons of the living power, which is Yahweh, you know, being raised up in these last days, okay? Going out and standing bold for this truth, all right? And that's a beautiful thing to behold and to be part of. All right, so let's go to Hosea 4 and 6 and go a little bit more into why we will have to remember who we are. This is Hosea chapter 4 and verse 6. It reads, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Right. So because we didn't know who we were and because we disobeyed our power, we were destroyed. And part of being destroyed is not knowing who you are. So it says, Hosea 4 and 6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. So you see, we would rather, you know, take on the ways of these heathen nations, okay? We would rather be an American. We would rather be a, you know, a Puerto Rican, a Jamaican, a so on and so forth, than to actually be who we are, okay? Even in these last days, it's found to be true. It says, Hosea 4:6, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, okay? And in doing so, he rejected us. And he allowed these other heathen nations to take us into captivity. and to strip away our identity to where we wouldn't know who we were. Okay, that's why this lesson is going into remembering yourselves. Okay, because you have to remember who you are. All right. It says what? I also will reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Okay? So anything that we had, he was going to strip and take away from us through these other nations. Okay? Primarily the Edomites, the so-called white man, Esau. Okay? Through his sword. All right? And he's still ruling today with that sword. All right? So it says what? That thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. Right. And even to the day, our people still don't want to acknowledge, that we have to at least attempt to try to keep the law, statute, commandments to the best of our abilities. They rather lean on their own understanding and these false preachers and pastors and tell them that, hey, the law is done away with. The law is done away with. All you have to do is just believe, okay? Have faith. All right, that's part of it. All right, you actually have to put actions to work, okay? You have to put your actions to work to show your faith, okay? But it says what? It says, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Right, so he was going to forget us, man. And that's why we were in the condition in the state that we were in until that third day, okay, which we currently in right now. We're in that third day where the temple is being raised up, okay, the tabernacle of David, the elect, okay, the ruling governing body of Israel and of the whole earth under Yahushua. All right, so what you're witnessing is the governing body being raised up, in these last days, tabernacle of David. All right. So it says what? Let's read it one more time. Hosea 4:6. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. That means you would not know who you are. That means you will forget who you were. When somebody destroys you, you no longer, have remembrance or have, a resemblance of who you were in the prior, in the prior times before. Okay. And we know through Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, okay? And how did he destroy us? One way that he destroyed us was by painting the images in the likeness of himself, okay? Giving us, who they call Jesus as a so-called white man, all right? Giving us a false idol to worship after, okay? So it says, it says, my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because thou hast forgotten, Sakya. My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will also forget thy children. Right. And that's why we in the condition that we in, okay? Because we rejected knowledge. We wanted to be like the heathens. We wanted to take on and worship their idols, okay? We wasn't, willing to take on this knowledge, this truth. And in doing so, it was stripped from us. We were destroyed and given to another people, all right? So let's go to Amos, let's go to Amos 9. Give me 1 second. right, this is the book of Amos, chapter 9, and we're going to start at verse. Amos 9 and verse 9. It reads, Amos 9 and 9. For lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Right. So we were going to be scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, like I said, pursuant to the curses in Deuteronomy the 28th, and in doing so, we will forget who we are. But there would be a remnant or a portion that would hear this truth and awaken to who they are. And those are the elect. So after being sifted, after going through the process, now it's finding out who is the elect in these last days, okay? Because they're actually answering the call, okay? They're not just hearing the word, they're actually putting it to action and doing what it says in the Bible to do, the Holy Bible to do. So let's read that again. Amos 9 and 9. It says, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. And that's why when you go into the New Testament, you understand, and you hear words like Gentile or Greek, those are not the people of that land, but those are actually Israelites that took on the customs of those places and were called those names, by those names, okay? That's what it's going into, all right? Because we were dispersed among all heathens, okay? So it says, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Right. The elect, when they heard this truth, when they heard this word, they were going to be awakening, okay? They were not going to hit the ground and, not actually, root up, okay? When they heard this word, they was actually going to, let it work inside of them, all right? And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the Holy Spirit actually fulfilling prophecy, okay? Through the gathering of the elect, okay? Those that are remembering who they are. Those that are taking heed, to this truth, to this word, okay? Remembering who you are. Let's read that one more time. Romans 9 and 9. It says, for lo, I will command and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations, like as corn is sifted in a sieve. Yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. Right, we weren't going to, the least grain is speaking of the remnant, we weren't going to fall upon upon the earth and be, be compromised or, forget who we are. No, we were going to remember who we are because this word, this truth is as a sieve, is as a sift. When you sift something, you get the undesirables out, okay? You get all the undesirables out, those that aren't meant to get it, okay? So this word, this truth is acting as a sift. It's sifting those who's supposed to get it and remember who they are and those who aren't, okay? This truth isn't for everyone. Although it's for all of Israel, it's not for all of Israel. It's only for the elect out of Israel, okay? And those that are called will remember who they are. Let's get that. St. Matthew 22 and 14. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. St. Matthew 22 and 14. It says, for many are called. So all of Israel is called to this truth, okay? All of Israel. It says what? But few are chosen, but only a few are actually going to answer the call and be chosen and be of that number, the elect. Okay, only a few is going to actually remember who they are. Only a few is going to actually take heed to this word, okay? Not all, because it says for many are called. So all of Israel is called to this work, to this truth. But what? But a few are chosen, but only a few is going to actually take heed, all right? And remember who they are, all right? So let's go back to Amos 9. In verse 10, it says, all the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. Right. So that modern day sword is the firearm, and eventually it's going to be those thermonuclear missiles. Okay. That's why it's essential to remember who you are. Okay. Because if you reject this knowledge, you know, the Most High is going to reject you. And in doing so, you're going to be left here to die by the sword. Okay. Which is going to be those thermonuclear missiles. It says, verse 10, shall die by the sword, which say the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. And in actuality, that's the reason why Israel don't want to remember who they are, okay? Because they got that proudful spirit, man. And that's been our issue ever since, you know. We've been a proudful nation, man. We don't want to return to our true living power. We think that we can deliver our own self. We think somehow, you know, opening up a business of our own, you know, we gonna make it. All that ain't gonna matter in the day of judgment, in the day of Yahweh's fury. All that is not going to deliver you, you see? So that's why it's imperative that you remember who you are. Verse 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen. Right, and that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing the tabernacle of David that which was fallen being raised up. Because why? We forgot who we are. But through this truth, we are now remembering that, hey, we are the sons of the living power, okay? And this is the tabernacle of David being raised up, that ruling body, that governing body, okay? That's going to rule under Yahushua, all right? And have dominion over the whole earth, all right? So it says, verse 11, Amos 9 and 11, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, which is currently being, you know, raised right now, okay? Form Yasharallah, arise Israel. It says what? And close up the branches thereof, right? Because the branches are just about being closed up, man. It says, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, right? And that's what we're going back to, the days of old, man. When we had knowledge of who we were, okay? When we were great, when we knew the Most High, okay? We going back to those old days, man, whether you want to accept it or not. So remember yourself is in your best interest, okay? Because one way or another, you're going to remember who you are, either on your own or through those thermonuclear missiles when you come back in the kingdom. And you're going to be shamed, okay? You're going to be shamed because you're going to know you didn't make it on the first go round, okay? So that's why we coming out to tell our people, you know, hey, wake up. Remember who you are. This is the book of Isaiah. Let's jump over to 29. Because another reason why we've forgotten who ourselves were, because these pastors and preachers that were set up, they helped perpetuate the narrative that we were, you know, anybody else outside of who we were, okay? And we looked up to these pastors and preachers, okay? I can speak for myself as coming up, you know, as a child, as a young adult, probably into like my early teens, like 13, 14, we would go to church every Sunday, man, and have to sit and listen to this pastor, this preachers preach sensationalism, okay? Because he wasn't coming out of thus saith the Lord and actually breaking down scriptures, you know. He would cite a scripture here and there, but for the most part, it was sensationalism, ad libs, okay? Not edification, okay? So our pastors and our preachers play a huge part and forget and having us forget who we were, okay? That's why everything is being sent back into its proper place. You seeing the tabernacles of David being raised up right now, and we're gonna remember who we are, and we're going back to those old ways, those old days, okay? Whether you like it or not. This is Isaiah 29 and verse 9. It reads, "Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine." Right. So this type of drunkenness is philosophies, okay? We've been, you know, poisoned and given these different philosophies and ideologies through our so-called black leaders, okay? It says, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. So you see, we staggering, we all over the place. We want to be everybody who we supposed to. We want to be everybody who we are, but who we supposed to be. We supposed to be the children of Israel. We want to be everybody else, okay? We want to be Egyptologists. We want to be an atheist. We want to be a Jehovah Witness. We want to be everything but who we supposed to be. So we staggering all over the place, jumping from doctrine to doctrine, from religion to religion, being tossed to and fro. Ephesians 4 and 14, being tossed to and fro. You know, we drunk off of the different philosophies of this world. Spearheaded by Esau Edom, okay? He spent trillions upon trillions to, you know, keep this a secret, all right? And it's by no coincidence that we awaken into who we are and remember who we are. And now it's an issue. That's why you're seeing these stage events take place more and more at a frequent rate, okay? One weekend we had an assassination president. A few days later, we had a worldwide global IT outage, okay? Everything is falling apart, okay? And everything must fall apart in order for this next phase to go into place, okay? In order for them to roll out the mark of the beast, they must allow chaos to ensue, okay? Order out of chaos, Hegelian dialectic, okay? And that's what we're heading to right now, all right? This is an election year, so things are only going to heat up, okay? And we praying that the end comes sooner rather than later. So it says, they stagger, but not with strong drink. Verse 10, Isaiah 29 and verse 10. For Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes, the prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered. You see? So our people, they in a deep sleep, man. We trying to wake them up. They won't answer, okay? But even if they don't answer, doesn't mean that we still not supposed to go out and preach this word, because that's what we're commanded to do, and that's what we're going to do, no matter if they hear or forbear. Okay, we're going to go out and still preach this word. It's truth, you see? Whether they try to, you know, say that it's not the truth, or those prophecies that already come and gone, or whatever whatever lie they try to come up with, we still gonna go out and preach this word, man. So it says, verse 10, for Yahweh have poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and have closed your eyes, The prophets and your rulers, the seers have he covered. And the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. And that's why the pastors and the preachers of these churches, they can't go into prophecy because it's sealed to them, okay? They are of Israel, but they can't receive this truth, okay? For many are called, but few are chosen. Just because you get ordained and go to a seminary school, theologian school, don't mean you call from the Most High, okay? So these pastors are set up, man. They set up to further put us into sleep, okay? And to further have us forget who we are. So let's read that from verse 11, Isaiah 29 and 11. It says, and the vision of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed. When a book is sealed, you can't open it. You don't know how, you don't know how to receive it. You don't know how to unlock it. The book has been here all along, but it's been sealed, okay, into these last days, all right? It was given that in Daniel the 12th chapter, seal up the words until the end. Many shall run to and fro. I believe that's Daniel 12 and 4. So this book, it's been open, it's been here all along, but the understanding, the knowledge has been sealed, okay, until these last days. Now it's being opened up. The seals are being removed. The truth is coming out. Now we remember who we are, okay? Now it's a problem, okay, for these other nations, primarily Esau, Edom, okay? It's an issue now. Before, when we were dumbed down and didn't know who we were, it didn't matter. But now it's a problem now, okay? So it says, which man delivered to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I cannot, for it is sealed. In the book, verse 12, Isaiah 29 and verse 12, it says, in the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he saith, I am not learned, right? So the learned and the unlearned, the learned meaning those that claim they have went to school and know the breakdowns, and those that don't know. Both can't understand this word, okay? Both can't unlock the seal of this word. It says, I pray thee, and he saith, I am not learned, okay? At least he acknowledged that he's not learned. Verse 13, Isaiah 29 and 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips they do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me, and their fear towards me is taught by the precept of man. You see, as much as we say that we believe and we call on so-called Jesus Christ, our actions don't match up with it, okay? It's just lip service, okay? And the Lord knows that, okay? He knows our hearts, our minds, okay? He knows whether or not you're sincere or whether you're just giving lip service, okay? And 99% of the time, our people are giving lip service, okay? They don't actually believe a word that they read. And it's evidenced by the actions and by how they live, okay? It says, Isaiah 29 and 13, wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near, let me start over from the top. Isaiah 29 and verse 13. Wherefore the Lord said, for as much as this people draw near me with their mouth, and with their lips they do honor me. So they do say, I believe in they do say I believe in Jesus Christ. I am a sinner. I do repent. But their actions don't say that, okay? Their actions do not say that. It says their lips do honor me, but have removed their heart far from me. Yeah, their heart, which goes into their mind in Jeremiah 17, it tells you that, their heart is removed far from him. Yahweh, okay? Because by their actions, they don't live a life that they claim they live, all right? They go out, they eat all different types of abominable foods. They, worship these pagan holidays, all right? The list goes on and on. Just go to the curses, and you're going to find that fits our people to the T like a glove. It says, verse 14, therefore, Isaiah 29:14, therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of the prudent man shall be hid. Right. So you see these Christian churches and these pastors being exposed. And sooner or later, the prudent is going to be hidden. Okay? This truth is going to be removed from off the streets, all right? From off the internet. The family of the word is going to hit. You're not going to be able to remember who you are. Okay? This is now the time to remember who you are. Okay? Because once the prudent is hidden, you're not going to be able to get this knowledge anymore. Okay? The book is going to go back. The book is going to be sealed again. All right? It says, for the wisdom of their wise man shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent man shall be hid. Right. So the understanding of their prudent man should be hid. They're not going to have answers. Okay. They're so-called, intellectual scholars and all that. They can't go into this word and break it down. All right. They don't understand, the prophecies. Okay. They tell you things in contrary to the prophecy. Okay. Just look at the 1948ers. That's a living testimony. All right. They don't fit the prophecies. Okay. But they're scholars. They'll tell you that, hey, they fit it. Okay. They can't tell you who the 12 tribes are. They can't tell you anything. All they want to do is occupy that land. All right. And it's all being set up by the Most High. So it says, in the understanding of their prudent man shall be hid. Verse 15, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh. And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us, and who knoweth us? Right. So, they claim to be religious and, holy, and there's in actuality, they're anything but that. They're wicked, okay? They hide their works in the dark, but they come out and they perpetrate themselves every Sunday as someone that's holy and religious, okay? But as it says in St. Luke, the 8th chapter, the 17th verse, roughly paraphrasing, it says, St. Luke 8:17, for nothing is secret that should not be made manifest, neither anything hid that should not be known to come abroad. So all their works are going to come abroad, going to come to the light. Okay, there's nothing secret that should not be made manifest. All right. So you seeing the last days that we live in, you seeing prophecy being fulfilled. Okay. You seeing the elect remember who we are, and you seeing the rest of Israel continue to stay under that deep sleep. Okay. And they ain't gonna stay asleep all the way up into the missiles. 15, Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from Yahweh, and their works are in the dark, and they say, who see of us, and who know of us? 16, surely your turning of things upside down shall be esteemed as the potter's clay. For shall the work say of him that made it, he made me not? Or shall the thing framed say of him that framed it, he had no understanding? And that's the mindset, okay? That's the powerful mindset of our people, okay? Now, this is going into Esau, Edom, but this is still applicable to our people as well, man. Because our people, they take it on the ways of these heathen nations, okay? Primarily Esau, Edom, man. They have joined hand in hand with Esau, Edom, going all the way back to our captivity. okay? Making leagues with the Grecians, the Greeks, okay? That's how we became Hellenized, all right? We started worshiping their other idols. So, we have taken on, the identity of these other nations, okay? So remember yourself. Remembering yourselves is imperative. Let's go to Jeremiah verse 6. And let's start at verse 9. We're going to Jeremiah 6 and verse 9. All right, we're in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 6, and we're starting at verse 9. It says, "Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel as a vine. Turn back thy hand as a grape gatherer unto the baskets." Verse 10, "To whom shall I speak and give warning, that they may hear? Behold, their ear is uncircumcised, and they cannot hearken. Behold, the word of Yahweh is unto them a reproach. They have no delight in it." So you see, this word has become a reproach to our people, man. They have no delight in it because it goes against their every, their every essence, their every being. They want to be entrenched into society that if they were to give up, this truth, if they were to give up this society, they wouldn't know what to do, okay? So that's why this word doesn't jive with them. That's why this word has become a reproach to them. That's why it says what? They have no delight in it. They don't want to repent. They don't want to come to the light, okay? They want to continue to stay in their wickedness. They want to continue to sin, all right? They want to continue to be whatever they want to be, a ninja, okay? So they have no delight in this truth, in this knowledge. It says, verse 11, Jeremiah 6 and 11, "Therefore I am full of fury of Yahweh. I am weary with holding in. I will pour it out upon the children abroad, and upon the assembly of young men together. For even the husband with the wife shall be taken, the age with him that is full of days." So it don't matter. You could be full of age, you could be a wife, a child. If you don't repent and turn back, you're gonna get judged. Okay? Plain and simple. There's no getting around it, all right? Verse 12, "And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together." It's like, let me move down a little bit. So this is Jeremiah chapter 6. Jeremiah 6 and verse 12. It says, "And their houses shall be turned unto others, with their fields and wives together. For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahweh. For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covenants. And from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone deal falsely." Okay? And that's why our people have forgotten who they are. Okay? Because our priests, our prophets, those that are so-called left in charge, they deal falsely. Okay? They give false breakdowns, and they do it intentionally. They don't magnify the names. They give you Jesus to call on, God. They don't tell you the significance, the importance of having the true names. And this is all because they are set up by Esau Edom. Verse 13. "For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given unto covenants." Okay? And that's pretty much the reason why they want to take that bag. Okay? They coveted after that money, man. That money has become their God. Okay? And it's going to show in the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay? They're going to lead their flock to the slaughter. Okay? They're going to all receive that mark of the beast, which is that microchip. Okay? So it says, "For I will stretch out my hand upon the inhabitants of the land, saith Yahweh." Verse 13, for Jeremiah 6 and 13. "For from the least of them, even unto the greatest of them, everyone is given to covenants. And from the prophet even unto the priest, everyone dealeth falsely." That's why it says, both small and great, rich and poor. Okay? All is going to have that opportunity to take that mark, man. It don't matter who you are. If you got a mega church, or if you setting up a little church, and you got a few members, okay, you all gonna be coveted and receive that mark. Okay? Why? Because you're not remembering who you are. Okay? Knowing who you are is going to put you in the best position to receive salvation. Okay? So it says, verse 14, "They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace." Right. And they've told our people, hey, don't worry, man. All you have to do is believe on Jesus Christ. Okay? When there is no peace in that name, there's no salvation in that name. Okay? And our people buy it, hook, line, and sinker. Okay? It allows them to go on continuing into sin. Okay? And have a clear conscience, because they're coming out of the Bible and they calling on Jesus, But remember, this book is sealed, okay? Even though they can open it, they don't have the understanding. So our people like having, the option of doing as they please and still having their conscience, feeling like it's okay because they're going to church on Sunday, but yet they breaking the commandments. But you see, that's all part of remembering who you are. Once you remember who you are, the seal of this book is open up to you, okay? And you can see, all right? It says, Jeremiah 6 and 14, "They have healed also the hurt of the daughter of my people slightly, saying, Peace, peace, when there is no peace." There is no peace, man. There's only destruction coming to this place, okay? This place will not be made great again. This is it. Judgment is coming. Verse 15, "Were they ashamed when they had committed abomination? Nay, they were not at all ashamed, neither could they blush. Therefore they shall fall among them that fall. At the time that I visit them, they shall be cast down, saith Yahweh. So it ain't gonna be no, I didn't know no better. No, you're gonna get, that judgment along with the other heathens, okay? Because now is the time to remember. You can't say you didn't know when the word is being preached and the seal is being opened and unlocked at a high volume. There's no excuse anymore, okay? There's no excuse why you shouldn't remember who you are in these last days. It says, verse 16, here it is. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways. Let me start over again. Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. And that's what we're doing. We asking for the old paths, man. Because what? Wide is the way to destruction. Straight is the way to salvation, man. We asking for those old paths, those straight paths, man. Those straight and narrow paths. You can't, this word doesn't allow you to go off course, okay? So we getting back to the old ways, man, remembering who we are. You know, it's a beautiful thing. So it says, verse 16, Jeremiah 6 and 16. Thus saith Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way? That's the good way, man. The old paths, okay? The old paths is this truth, man. This truth is the old path. It's the only way back to the word, to the Father. It's the good way. It says, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. Right. So telling our people that they need to return back to the true living power, okay? That they need to repent. They're gonna have rest for their souls, okay? St. Matthew 11:29. What did Yahweh Shai say? Take this yoke and learn of me, okay? Let's see if we can go there. Book of St. Matthew. Chapter 29. Like St. Matthew 11 and 29. Red letters, this is Yahweh Shai speaking, St. Matthew 11:29. It reads, take my yoke upon you and learn of me, for I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest in your souls. Right. So taking this yoke, which keeps you on the straight and narrow path, is going back to the old ways, okay? Leaving off the ways of this world and putting on the ways of this word, man. That's the old paths, man. And in doing so, you're gonna find rest with your souls. So when it tells us back in Jeremiah, the 16th chapter, it's like in the 16th verse, the 6th chapter, that it says, thus said Yahweh, stand ye in the ways and see, and ask for the old paths, where is the good way, and walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls. That's a good solution, man. Find rest for your souls, knowing that what? This is it. This is the last captivity we want to be in. After this, there is no more captivity, okay? There's only brighter skies, okay? Greener paths. There's only, peace, rest. And what do our people say? Let's read the rest of that verse. It says, but they said, we will not walk therein. So they don't want to walk in the old paths. They don't want to walk in the old ways. They want to continue to be a ninja of this world. They want to continue to forget who they are, as if, forgetting who you are is going to deny that you don't get judged. No, if you don't remember who you are, you're still going to get judged. That's why it's in your best interest to remember who you are. Okay? So you can be exempt from that judgment. All right? And pray that you of the elect. First and foremost, you have to be of the elect, okay? Because just knowing who you are and remembering isn't going to get you into the chariots, okay? You have to be of the elect. But if you remember who you are, that's a great sign that you are looking to be towards that member of the elect. Let's go to Isaiah 1 and 11. Book of Isaiah 1, Salakia chapter 9. Because see how people don't want to remember who they are because they love being wicked, man. They love, you know, doing as they please, okay? They love, sinning. That's just it, man. That's why this truth ain't for them. You see? They gonna hear, but they not gonna remember. All right? They too entrenched into the society, into the fabric of the society. You see? They want to be wicked. All right? They want to go against the word. They don't like the old ways, but they gonna receive the old path, the old ways, one way or another. And not just them, but the whole earth, the other nations as well. Okay? So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 1, and verse 9. It reads, except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant, we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah. And we know those two cities, they were destroyed by not by thermonuclear missiles, but they were destroyed by fire. But now, today's Sodom and Gomorrah in Egypt is America, okay? And it's going to be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles, whether you accept it or not. Whether you want to remember who you are or not, it's not going to change the fact that you're going to get judged along with the other heathens, okay? It's only in your best interest to remember who you are so that you can be exempt from that judgment if you are the elect. But if you don't remember who you are and you continue to deliberately forget, that doesn't exempt you from judgment. You're still going to get judged, okay? So you can't play dumb or stupid, all right? There's no excuse. But there's only a remnant that's actually going to remember who they are and be exempt from that judgment. You see? Let's read that one more time. Isaiah 1 and verse 9. It says, except Yahweh of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. And that remnant is the elect, okay? So except Yahweh of hosts had, left a small remnant, it says what? We should have been as Sodom and Gomorrah. Meaning what? We should have had died off, man. Because we know those two cities, they were completely destroyed, okay? And only Lot and his family, his two daughters made it out, okay? His wife looked back and she was turned to a pillar of salt, okay? So seeing that you're supposed to, take heed to this word and actually, turn back and remember exactly who you are and look for those old paths, that doesn't jive right with our people, okay? They don't want to accept the truth, all right? So that's why they're going to get judged, like Sodom and Gomorrah, all right? Remember thyself. This is the book of 1 Corinthians. Give me 1 second. 1 Corinthians 6. Start at verse 9. This is the book of 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9. It reads, Thus saith Yahweh hosts, they shall 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. It says, Thus saith Yahweh hosts, they shall thoroughly glean the remnant of Israel. Oh, Salakia. I'm in Jeremiah. First Corinthians 6 and 9. Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind. So if you want to continue to play forgetful and continue to be a fornicator, effeminate, abusers of mankind, whatever else, hey, you're not going to inherit the kingdom on the first go round, okay? You're going to have to get that judgment, all right? You're going to have to be born into the kingdom, okay? And that's going to be a shame, man. And we're going to know who remembered themselves and who didn't remember themselves, okay? So let's start over again. 1 Corinthians 6 and verse 9. It says, Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of the Most High. Right. So these are all things that our people, they don't want to forget, and they don't want to, lose their ways and remember who they are. They rather be these individuals that we're talking about. And in doing so, they're not going to inherit the kingdom. And we're going to find out. Okay. Verse 11. And such were some of you. You see, some of us were these things. Some of us were these very same individuals that we're reading about until we remember who we were. Okay. And in doing so, we put away that lifestyle. Okay. So it says, and such were some of you, but ye are washed. Washed by what? By the ways of the word, by this truth. Okay. Wash you, make you clean. All right. You have to remember who you are. Okay. You don't just get dipped in some water and claim to be baptized. No, you get baptized in this truth, in this word. It says, verse 11, and such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but you are justified in the name of the Lord Yahweh, and by the Spirit of our power, Yahweh. Okay, the Holy Spirit that He sent. Okay. Yahweh went up to the Father left the Holy Spirit, and now, hey, it's gathering the elect. We remembering who we are. All praise to Yahweh, B'Hashem Yahweh Shai. 1 Corinthians chapter 12. In verse 2, this is 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. It says, ye know that you were Gentiles carried away until these dumb idols, even as you were led. Right. So we all come from different walks of different walks of life, okay? But when we heard this word, we remember who we were and we knew what it required. Okay, it required us to put away those ways of the world. Learn not the ways of this world. Be ye not conformed either. So we had to be conformed under this truth and remember who we were and turn back to those old ways and those old paths. Okay. And in doing so, we got rest for our souls because we know that the kingdom of heaven is only for, a very few. Okay. This world is made for many, but the world to come for very few, which is the elect. Right? So we get rest in our soul, and we get peace and solace and tranquility, and knowing that this place is almost over with. Okay? And that we remember who we are. Okay? And some of us is going to go into the kingdom knowing who we are. Okay? It says some of us shall not see death until Yahweh comes back. So some of us is going to receive that grace and mercy and go straight into the kingdom. And not have to taste death, okay? And that's a beautiful thing, man, to remember who you are and to know that, hey, some of us is gonna walk right into the kingdom, okay? And not have to go and, some of us gonna have to give up our lives and be martyrs for the truth, but some of us are gonna go straight into the kingdom, man. That's a beautiful thing, okay? But you won't know that if you don't remember who you are, all right? So this lesson, touched on remember who yourselves, remember who you are, and that's gonna be about it. We're gonna close out, okay? And we're gonna turn the face to the east and give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. All right. Until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We almost home. Shalom. Peace.